Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, you need to turn off the water to the refrigerator. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the water reservoir in a Whirlpool refrigerator. It's going to be very easy repair. It should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a 1/4-inch nut driver, flat blade screwdriver, a pair of pliers, pair of cutters, some electrical tape, and a couple of zip ties. When you open out the package, you're going to get a new water reservoir. The water reservoir is located inside the fresh food section in the right upper corner behind the cover panel. It chills water before being dispensed. The main reason to replace the water reservoir is if it leaks or starts deteriorating, leaving particles in the water. To get to the part, we need to open both French doors. Alright, so now we need to remove all the shelves. I'm going to start with this small one on the top, lift it up, and release the rear hooks. And this one, and this one, and the last one. Next, I'm going to remove these crisper drawers and pull it out, lift it up, and remove. Same thing here. Next, I'm going to lift up and remove the glass shelf here. Now I'm going to remove this crisper support frame. I'm going to lift up this front end and then pull it out. Next, I'm going to open the filter compartment, our water filter. This is a tab. I'm going to push it forward and open it. Then I'm going to bring down this water filter. And now we're going to have this towel placed right there underneath. There's an opening in there, so the water probably will come out. And I'm going to turn it counterclockwise and remove it. So next I'm going to take down this filter base. Actually, it's a filter frame. And I'm going to use this flat blade screwdriver. There's one tab here on this side and the one on the opposite side. I'm going to press it in and pull it down. So next step is to remove this cover panel. There's 4 openings, and there's a tab inside of each opening. So we're going to use the same flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to place it in and open one tab at a time. And now I'm going to the lower ones. I'm going to press it down. And this one. And open it. And remove it. Next, I'm going to remove this filter cover. You can call it a filter door. There's 2 hinges. I'm going to spread it apart so we can take it off. And the other one. Next, I'm going to remove this upper panel. I'm going to insert this flat blade screwdriver right in there. And I'm going to pry it up, and now it comes off the hinges right there on the top. Next, I'm going to pull out the water inlet valve. There's a couple of clips here on the top and one clip at the bottom. So I'm going to use the flat blade screwdriver and I'm going to free the valve. All right. And the
ground wire came off. I'm going to put it aside. Next thing, I'm going to take this tube out of the valve on the top. We need to press down on this collar here. I'm going to use the same flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to press it on one side, and I'm going to push it down on the opposite side with my finger. I'm going to pull out this water line. Next, I'm going to release those two water lines out of the brackets. I'm going to pull it. It can help with the flat blade screwdriver. Like that. We're now going to pull out this bracket, the base. I'm going to down and out. And as you can see, there are two tabs at the back that interlock into the two slots on the ceiling. Okay, so next I'm going to turn it over, and as you can see, we got this little tab here. So this is the tab, and we need to remove this filter connector from that housing. So I'm gonna push it down with a flat blade screwdriver. Be easy, don't overdo it. And at the same time, I'm gonna pull out this hinge, and I'm gonna slide the opposite side. All right, so now I'm gonna show you this couple of handles that I'll call it handles. This one and this one, and that's what we're gonna grab and pull hard. We're gonna pull out this mounting bracket and the reservoir. And I'm gonna turn it this way and pull it straight out. So these couple of tabs on the right side of the bracket are locked into this grooves here on the side. Now we're gonna put it down. So then we're gonna go back to the fridge, and we're gonna disconnect this water line from the water inlet valve. So we're at the back of the fridge, and we need to remove this rear access panel. There's a bunch of 1/4-inch screws. I'm using the 1/4-inch nut driver, and we're going to take them out. I'm going to pull up the access panel, and I'm going to put it down. Next, I'm going to use the pliers here, and I'm going to turn this plug, and I'm going to remove it. So now we can remove this cover. I'm going to flip it up, and then here's the tags. That tabs need to be pressed in. And we can remove the cover. So next I'm going to pull out this water line from the valve. I'm going to press down on that blue collar, so release the tube. Alright. Next I'm going to go inside the fridge, and we are going to pull out the tube to remove the reservoir. This is the old water reservoir next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Before going to start installation, we need to make this water line longer. We need to cut this couple of zip ties and free that line. I'm using the side cutters. Be gentle, don't cut anything else. And now I'm going to push this out. Squeeze this to loosen it up. Pull this over the zip tie. I'm going to save it. All right. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to pull it from this side. All right. So we'll free the line. I'm going to install the zip tie. And another right there. I'm going to use the side cutters. Going to cut off these extras. So my next step is to take out this plug. So I'm going to use the flapless screwdriver. I'm going to pry it off. And now I'm going to put some tape, electrical tape. We're going to insulate this plug because we're going to just abandon it. All right. Put it in there for now. And next I'm going to remove the water valve. I'm going to lift up that access panel. And I'm going to use the 1/4" nut driver. I'm going to take out this single screw here at the side. And I'm going to take out this water valve. We're going to discard it. And now I'm going to put down the access panel. So we need to go to the front of the fridge and we are going to insert that water reservoir tube into the opening there. I'm going to place that end of the line with the red cap in through this opening right there. I'm going to insert it and I'm going to push it through. So at this point I'm going to let it go down like this. All right, now I'm going to install this bracket. We got 2 points here that's going to be inserted into these cutouts here. Okay, so we're going to slide this 2 points into these slots here on the right. And I'm going to bring the bracket back. I'm going to press these 2 latches in. Our next step is to mount this filter base onto the bracket. We've got these 2 pins. One is going right in there. I'm going to bring it this way and I'm going to lock it into this side by pushing it down. It's locked. I'm going to turn it over. So now we're going to install this base. We've got this also, there's 2 pins here. All right, so there's 2 slots. That's where we're going to place the base here. All right, so let's slide this pins into these slots. Right there, one side and the other side. And I'm going to bring it up and leave it there. Now I'm going to install the water inlet valve in the bracket there. And I'm going to start with placing this line into the top port. I'm going to push it in. And now these 2 lines needs to go into the bracket. I'm going to press it up. And put it in. Now I'm going to press in the water inlet valve so it will lock in this clips here on the top and at the bottom. Next I'm going to install this ground wire. And now I'm going to press this tube right there in the groove. It won't lock, but it won't stay there. Next I'm going to install this upper cover. That's there's 2 cutouts, that's the hinges that goes over these pins. This is also hinges. So I'm going to insert it on both sides. And bring it up. And now we're going to install this filter cover. There's a couple of hinges here. And we have these pins here. And I'm going to slide it on. And I would need to pull it aside slightly and press it up. So next I'm going to close the door, filter door, and press this housing up so this will lock. Now I'm going to install the bottom cover. We got this 2 pins that goes into these slots. I'm going to align them, press it in, and kind of put this tubing reservoir in the center. Bring it up, and we're going to latch it. We have 4 points here. We're going to press it in. Next, I'm going to open the filter door. That's the tab. I'm going to press it forward. And there is a bypass in the filter base. So if you are using a filter, then we need to take it out and install a filter. If you don't have a filter, or you need to buy a new one and you still want to use the water, leave it there until you get the filter. I'm going to show you how to take it out. You just simply turn it counterclockwise and it comes off. And now I'm going to install the water filter. I'm going to place it in. Turn it counterclockwise slightly. It will get into the place, and then I'm going to push it in and turn it until it stops. Then I'm going to close the door. And now I'm going to install the crisper support frame back in. I'm going to place that 2 pins at the back into the cutouts on the rear wall. Push it in, and I'm going to lower down the front end. Next, I'm going to place the glass shelf back in. And now I'm going to install these crisper drawers. I'm going to place them on the rails and slide it in. And the second one. And now I'm going to install the shelves back in. I'm going to place the back of the shelf, the hooks, into the cutouts. And I go to this one. And I'm going to place the small one. And the last one. And now we can close both doors. Alright, I'm going to feed the tube into this opening where the water valve used to be. And I'm going to bring the cover, the access panel, put it down there. And we're going to insert the power cord. Alright. And now I'm going to install the rear access panel. Align the holes, and now I'm going to secure it with the 1/4" screws. Alright, so if you notice, one of the screws has this plastic retainer on it. So we're going to install this retainer onto this water line. I'm going to spread it, put it on, and install the screw in. And I'm going to install this into this opening right there using the 1/4" nutdriver. And I'm going to tighten it. Alright. And now I'm going to remove this cap. And we've got here that connector, which connects directly to the water supply line. Plug the fridge in, open the water, and check if there are any leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.